Hello everybody, we are here today to talk about the Holy Pala for the War Within. I'm getting many people asking me every day how is Holy Pala, how is Holy Pala, how is Holy Pala in the War Within, is it looking good, is it looking bad? We want to talk about it in this video. I do like it, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's start the guide for the War Within Arena PvP guide for Season 1. Holy Pala changes from Dragonflight. Holy Pala changes from Dragonflight. Apart from the hero talents that we'll talk about later. The threes looks kinda similar. They haven't touched much. Big change that the talent that we have here that reduce sacrifice, blessing of sacrifice, instead of being 1 minute reduce is 15. So that's the biggest change. So now you cannot rely on the 1 minute second Holy Pala, even though it used to be so insanely OP, that talent. Now we have this one, which is, 15 seconds is still a lot, but 1 minute was way too much. And in terms of talents, I don't think we have anything like super important to talk about on the Paladin 3. They have redesigned or buff or changed one of those. I can't really feel the difference when I played it, so don't worry over these ones. One of these two, no much to talk about. Yeah. And then here on the Holy Pala 3, they have buffed some talents, they have nerfed some. The biggest important change here is just basically the glimmer removal. So we don't have glimmer, even though glimmer was added in Dragonflight, now it's gone again because Blizzard didn't like it. But the glimmer is not a thing anymore, so we lost the damage reduction. Also we have Barrier of Fate up here instead of the down there. And believe obviously we had these two talents, we had them here as well. We had this talent down here, now it's here, the one that gives you more 1 holy power every time you cast. And I believe we didn't get any more changes for Holy Paladin in terms of talent 3. No, I don't think so. No, that's basically it, I think. I know, never. Actually, did we have this in Dragonflight? I don't think we did. Or it was not as good as now. Now you're forced to play these two. The Lyro Martyr one is kind of insane. While you're about 80% more HP, your holy shock is increased by 35%. Now this is gonna be with, it's 70% because of this. It's like, without the talent, I believe it's like 80. So yeah, you just need to make sure you're always like 70% HP or more, because you will heal more because of this. And in terms of talents, that's basically it. They just changed the position of some. Oh no, never mind. We have one big change that I forgot. Daybreak, okay? So mana plea is gone from the PvP talents. That doesn't exist anymore. So you cannot get mana back as Paladin unless you have Blessing of Winter. And now Daybreak, which was the ability you press, which gives you mana break, Divine Plea, which mana. Now it's a passive, okay? It's called Racing Sunlight. And now you get it from pressing Avenging Wrath or Divine Toll. So for example, when I press Avenging Wrath, I get 2 stacks. My next Holy Shock is gonna heal 2 additional times. And same with the Divine Toll. And that was the old Daybreak, a bit less, because I believe it was 3 times. But now it's 2, but you have it on 2 different abilities, so it's kinda nice. And I believe that's it for the changes. I don't think anything else has changed for Holy Paladin. Holy Pala performance compared to other healers. Holy Pala, when the beta came out, it was strong. It was really strong. Not as strong as Dragon and Resurrectory, but really close. But they nerfed a lot. They nerfed a lot of abilities. They nerfed healing. And that made Holy Pala go down to the sewers with Monk and Holy Priest. Now that Holy Priest is getting buff and Monk is getting a little bit buff too, there is a big chance Holy Pala is one of the worst healers. If not the worst, we'll see. Holy Priest is gonna be better than Holy Pala, most likely, I think. And Mishur, we'll see. At minimum, Holy Pala is gonna be the top 2 worst healer in the game. Maybe the worst even, depending on how Monk is. So yeah, we'll see. So Holy Pala, I kinda don't mind it. It's a bit easier to play, at least the Herald of Sun, compared to Dragonflight. But yeah, it's not that good. Best races for each faction. You play Alliance, just because I think we want to go play crit anyway. I recommend to play normal dwarf. Other races that are viable for alliance, I will probably recommend human for the extra stats, or dark iron. But the best one is normal dwarf on alliance. And on horde, people play like blood elf because of the statics, but I kind of like tauren because you get the same passive as normal dwarf in alliance, which is the extra crit healing. And if you play crit, which you normally do as pala, you will get more value from it. Let me find where it is. Sorry, I'm a bit blind. This one. Critical strike damage and healing increased by 2%. So every time you crit, you will do 2% more damage and healing. And if you play a class that goes to crit, goes crit stat, then it benefits. So for horde, unless I'm missing something, tauren is probably the best racial for holy paladin. Main stat, gems, embellishment, tier set. Main stat for paladin, this is a hard one and it's always been. But I mean, let's check the tier set as well at the same time, because the tier set, Holy Shock healing is increased by 10% and its cooldown is reduced by 10%, so 5 and 5 in arena. And Holy Shock increase the initial heal of your name's for glory, or lightning now 8 by... Okay, so it's extra healing. Just because you get Holy Shock healing, doesn't have to do anything with the stats. But what are the stats of the tier set? Let's see. Because crit, haste, and mastery, like every stat is good for paladin. This is the problem we have on paladin. Haste is good, Versa is good, obviously needed. Master is good, and crit, haste, Versa, mastery good, all are good. Okay, so you kind of want to play force it anyway. But what is the what can you get the most benefit from? I believe, even without looking at the stats of the tier set, that crit is probably going to be the best stat. Crit, Versa, and mastery, and we won't play haste in the beginning because you cannot get all stats. So I believe we will go crit, Versa, and a bit of mastery. That's what I believe. That's what I gear my pal on without like crafting anything yet, but yeah. So yeah, let's say we go crit. We have the legs, high crit, low haste, we like it. High haste, low crit, we don't like hands. High haste, low Versa, chest is whatever, at least we have Versa. High Versa, low mastery, we like it. And high mastery, low crit on the helmet. So the helmet is good, no matter what. B stats. Shoulders is good, B stats. Chest, I think it's good with just Versa. I don't like the hands because it has too much haste. So I think I will play everything except the hands because, you know, you kind of don't wanna lose too much Versa for haste. That I think is probably gonna be the worst stat for Holy Pala in season 1. I could be wrong. You should like check other guides with Holy Pala mains because I'm not a Holy Pala main, but I play it a lot. Some seasons, depending if it's meta or not. But I think, in my eyes, from like playing tournaments and playing a lot of the game, that I feel like in the beginning, haste is not gonna give you as much SPS as crit could do and mastery. Crit, why? Because if you crit, you will get infusion of power, which makes your flash of light cost less mana, holy light more healing, and great adjustment prevents 150% more damage. So you kinda need crit no matter what, and then you choose between going mastery or going haste. And I just feel like mastery will give you more healing than haste, you know? I mean, the haste will reduce the holy shock cooldown and you will cast faster too, you know? And same with adjustment. So yeah, I will probably go crit Versa in the beginning and a bit of mastery. Probably zero haste almost. Only on the insignia. That's what I will do. And for the enchant, probably the same. I will probably play the crit enchant. Most likely, so I have a bigger chance to crit, or the mastery one. Maybe mastery, maybe mastery enchant, depending how much crit I can get. If I can get 25% crit baseline, I will probably just play mastery weapon enchant. Embellishment, the same as always. I mean, we talk about the tier set, so we don't want the globes. That's what I will not play in the beginning. Maybe I change what I want to do later on, but I will probably not play the hands and I play force set. Without the hands. The embellishment is same as every healer. You will just play the energy beacon. Let me see if Acting House is omega laggy. So you just go energy red. Redistribution beacon, I think it's called. I'm really bad at pronouncing this word, sorry. I didn't study in no, sorry, in Harvard, you know. Anyway, so direct healing. Holy Paladin has insane direct healing. Almost every ability you press is direct healing, so we'll get a lot of value. Also, all the direct healing, you're above 80% HP, will transfer 2% of your HP to the target. The only problem is with this is that with this, this is basically your Light of Martyr talent. Sorry, Light of Martyr, what is it? I must be blind, sorry. Let me type it here. Martyr. No? Maybe the passes don't show here. Light. No. I mean, I can show you here. Sorry. This talent. So basically, you transfer a, you know, you lose a bit of HP by transferring a little bit, you know, as well with this. Unless it does work like that, no? Or that was like the old Light of Martyr. Maybe I'm talking shit. Wait a second. Yeah, it does like a bit of damage to you. It gives you like... I wish I could heal some more now. So basically, the embellishment will do damage to you, and the martyr, this one will what's his name? Will give you necrotic on you that you need to like heal the necrotic. Okay, so these two will act together, so you will have to like heal yourself time to time to get more healing rolling. Okay, because with the beacon you kind of want to be above 80% HP, and with this you want to be above 70. So always try to be about 80% HP. Sorry. And gems, get the precognition from the Acton House. We want to show it again, because you don't lose anything getting it anyway. And gems, just go full crit Versa, and then some mastery. Just to get the stats. I will try to get 20% crit at least in Season 1. Versa, and then some mastery, like 30% at max. I don't think you can get more. And this is the precognition stat. Precognition gem. 181 prime stat. Whenever you get it by default, and whenever the enemy team miss a kick on you, you get precognition, which you are immune to kicks. So yeah, talents, hero talents, PvP talents. Talents for Holy Pala, you don't change almost much. Overall, I don't know. I kind of like to play short sack, even though it's not as short as it used to be. You face rogues, hunters with a poison dispel, or SP for the dispel the disease decays. I would probably play improved cleans instead of maybe judgment. No, not this one. Instead of the duration of divine steed. Like I go like this, for example, maybe. Okay. And yeah, in terms of talents, I will probably just play like this, no matter what, every game almost. I don't think it will change much from the Holy 3. I believe I will just play like this. I don't like Hand of Divinity anymore, to be honest. And I will probably not change much here. If you play Denounce PvP talent, you can just go play this to do extra damage with Denounce. Like some AoE damage, right? And just to do more damage with Denounce, and that's basically it. Because you need Reclamation, so you cannot afford picking this. You need all of this, you need all of this, you need everything. On Paladin, you're kinda... The only talent I'm not sure about is like this one. And if you don't play this one, what do you play? Like you can play Short Auto Mastery or 10% more healing Auto Mastery. Or you can play Overflowing Light, even though it got buff. It's over healing, Pala's missing healing, so... This is not gonna help you much, at least in PvP. I will probably play like this. I don't think I will change anything. A single game, almost. PvP talents, you play Blessed Hands almost 99% of the games, because you can get value from Double Bob and Double Freedom almost every time, unless you face something what you don't need, which is really rare. You play it almost every time. Then Denounce, you want to like play more damage around it, which is fun. You can just play Denounce instead of like Divine Vision and do damage and reduce the crit, or you know, prevent the target to crit for 8 seconds. This one is the AoE dispel, but it's a bit buggy. And you sometimes, you know, you dispel, AoE dispel, and it only dispels one guy. Even though You know, sometimes I play like this because sometimes you can be like, okay, I dispel, but the guy was out of range of my beacon, so I didn't get the AoE dispel. And I tried to play this talent just for that. And I even tried to be in melee, and sometimes it's bugged and it doesn't work, you know? So yeah, I don't like cleanse the weak. Normally it's good into dot classes like SP, like Bunkin, like Elemental. But this is not worth it. This is a bit buggy right now. What do I like to play overall? These three talents. This one, I get shorter aura, I get shorter aura mastery, and it's 30 yards range instead of like 20. How much is without it? Let me remember. Without it is, what is the outer range of this? I don't know how much is the outer range without the PP talent. I'm not 100% sure right now. I don't think it even says here. I'm not really sure right now, but yeah. Sorry for that. I don't play much paladin. So basically, what this talent does is you will make that your aura is like increase even more. So it's really hard to be out of range, and reduce the cooldown 1 minute, which is really OP. That one is really OP because then you can get more value from, you know, getting out of mastery to free cash, and nobody can kill you, or the damage reduction. And the other talent that I like to play a lot, and I think this is super important on paladin to be good at it, is Searing Glare. So you basically cast, and on this con, if you get the debuff to everyone, to the people that give it, they cannot like do any ability to you. You're immune. It's like you blind them and they can't see you, they can't press any ability. Only kicks, physical kicks. So for example, many people don't know this, but even though you can blind them, let's say you blind the water, every ability they do is on a miss on you or on the teammate, but he can actually kick. I don't know if it's intended or it's a bug, but they can actually kick with that, okay? And yeah, more talents. I mean, this one is not bad. This talent, for example, is really good into bunkins. This is a trick that I'm gonna put it down here, actually. On the tips, judgments of the pure versus booming. That you basically, I'm gonna explain it twice anyway. You get root beam, and he doesn't. You get root beam, so you're silenced and you cannot press anything, but you can judgment in silence. So you judgment the bunkin, and if you only have the root up and he doesn't have dots on you, you will remove the root and get out. This is really good into bunkin. Because he will remove the root, because root is magical. Anyway, and the hero talents. I have tried with Lightsmith in beta, and it feels really bad. Or at least it felt really bad for me. Not sure about other paladins, what they feel about. And I wish it was better, because it's kind of cool. It's decent, it's fun. But yeah, Herald of the Sun is just the meta for Holy Pala. So yeah. Overall, explaining Herald of the Sun. Every time you press your Barrier of Fate, which is what you play, you don't play Holy Prism. It costs your next 2 Holy Power spending abilities to apply Downlight on the target, dealing radiant damage or healing over 8 seconds. 8% of downlight damage on the healing, whatever. This is just extra healing, extra damage every time you press your barrier, okay? Because you need to play, every time you press it, you do extra healing there, okay? That's basically it. Let me read this. While download is active, your Holy Power spenders deal 5% additional damage or healing. So you kind of want to press Holy Prism on, Barrier of Fate on CD almost, just the one you need healing. This one is good. Critical chance of Holy Shock and Light of Down increase by 5%. This is one of the reasons why you want to go crit on Holy Paladin, because you have a higher crit chance as well. This one I don't like. You can play one of these two, but I kind of like this one more, the 5% more healing. And then this one is the reason why I like Herald of the Sun, and the reason why it's better too. So, Eternal Flame. This replaces Word of Glory. So, it costs 3 Holy Power anyway, 15k mana, that's nothing. It does the same healing, maybe a bit more than Word of Glory. And it does a heal over time. It's like a hot. Healing is increased by 25% when cast on yourself. So, on yourself, it's gonna be better. So, basically, this ability is like one of your top heal, okay? If not the top one, because it gives a hot too. What I would love for Blizzard to do is actually, this is what Paladin has been missing forever. To have a hot while you're in CC. That's what Paladin is missing to be Omega fan, and to be OP. This, having a hot. The problem is the hot is not that powerful as like Druid hots, obviously. Otherwise it will be too OP. But they should be a bit better, you know? They should be a bit more OP. So this is the thing that I like. Like, for example, I get 3 holy powers, sorry. Then I press it, boom. I do a big heal, and then I have a hot. I have a hot for 14, 15 seconds, I think it is, right? 16 seconds, you know? And you can put the hot on everybody. Like, you can just do Eternal Flame one guy, Eternal Flame another guy, and Eternal Flame yourself, you know? Okay, next. Movement speed is increased by 5% while above 80% HP. The reason I like this one is because this fits perfect with the beacon embellishment and with the light of martyr, because you want to be above 80% HP all the time. And when you're below 35% HP, let's say they're attacking you, you get 40% more movement speed for 5 seconds, once every minute. This one, I don't like it much. Blessing of the Anzi. Your damage and healing over time effects have a chance to increase the healing or your damage of your next Holy Shock. So, pure RNG, but if you proc this, boom, 200% more healing on Holy Shock. I should make a weak aura for this because this looks bananas. Because it's literally 200% more on Holy Shock, which with Force it might be your main ability. Holy Shock and Light of Dawn, critical strikes cause the target to be healed. This is whatever. Extra healing. Aurora. After you press your Barrier of Fate, you gain Divine Purpose, which is this. This icon here, which is, what is it? This one. Your next Holy Power ability is free and deals 50% increased damage and healing, aka Eternal Flame. Perfect. Sync. Your haste is increased by 2% for 12 seconds each time you apply downlight. Multiple stacks might overlap. So every time you Barrier of Fate and you press Winds. Light of Dawn or Holy Shock have a 50% to cast again, and you know, more extra healing, more RNG. And then Sun's Avatar. During wins, you become linked to your downlights, causing to do 12k radiant damage to enemies or 9k healing to allies that pass through the beams. Reduce beyond 5 targets. Activate Avenging Wrath applies up to 4 downlights, blah blah blah. So basically, every time you press Winds and every time you press Holy Prison, you activate downlight, they do damage and they do the healing. Let me see if I can show you damage if I pull this. You see this beam? People that pass through will get damage and healing. That's basically Sun's Avatar, you know? And that, if people are stacking, is good as decent damage and that's decent healing. That's basically it. You know? And that will be it. With the hero talent. Nothing to... The most important thing here is this, the Eternal Flame. The other thing is just passive stuff that you will get by just doing your rotation, and that's basically it. Yeah, and for the talents, that will be it. Healing rotation on Holy Paladin, really simple. Make sure you have beacon on the target, okay? Because beacon reduce damage taken 5%. And, you know, you just heal and that's it. Like, you know, let me show you. I don't know if it shows an overhealing, but what you basically want to do is just have the beacon on the main target. What is... there was... I don't know if it's a passive or it's implemented on the beacon. You just do more healing on the beacon targets and your abilities cost less mana as well and everything. Or I don't know if that used to be back in Dragonflight. I don't remember. But yeah. You basically want to have beacon on the target that they're going, and it's like it will transfer, like, how much is it exactly? Let me read the ability for you, sorry. It will use beacon of light, transfer an additional 10% of the amount heal. So you do 100k heal, it will do 10k, 110k with the beacon. That's basically it. So it's extra healing. You always want to have the beacon on the guy. That's just it. So that's the main thing. Beacon on the guy they're going. You're the guy you're healing. It takes 5% less damage as well. And then the rotation. You wanna check your holy power. You holy shock. You need another holy shock. You do it. Okay, you need another one. Boom. And then you press War of Glory, which is Eternal Flame, and be healed. Whenever you get these procs, you get infusion of power when you crit. What to do? Holy Leather for 150% more healing. or Flash of Light for Flash of Light for 60% less mana cost, or use the Greater Judgment to prevent damage. That's up to you. I mean, I think it just depends how you're struggling with healing right now, what HP your teammate is. If they are not too low HP and you have a proc, let me get a proc fast. You should use Greater Judgment so you prevent damage. You can see it here, preventing 300k damage. So the next 300k damage is not gonna do anything to me, as you can see. Till is gone. And it accumulates as well, you know. So that's, I will say, now that we're gonna play crit again, I will probably recommend to Judgment on CD. Almost on CD, the guy that is doing the most damage to your teammate. And use basically Holy Shock on CD when you need healing into Eternal Flame on CD. That's the whole rotation. If you need to cast, what to cast? Cast Flash of Light with a proc. Holy Light is only worth pressing when you have Tears out. Tears, let's read what it does again. 1 minute and 50 seconds, 1 minute and a half cooldown. Release the light within yourself, healing. And it heals. It has a hold that heals every 1 second for 20 seconds within 40 yards for 20k. Okay, so that's like a hold. And then all allies receive 12% more healing from your Holy Light, Flash of Light, and Holy Shock for 12 seconds. But the important thing is this. Your Holy Shock, Flash of Light, and Holy Light spells extend the duration of Tears on yourself when cast on targets affected by Tears. So obviously you Tears yourself to give the healing and the hots for everyone else. So what you want to do is like extend this, okay? You can extend it maximum 40 seconds. A tip that I'm gonna put here for later. Tears extend is just do an early Holy Light, for example, like Tears. You kind of want to Tears always in the beginning of the when arena starts, and then you do early Holy Light to extend it, as you see. You can do 2, you don't care about mana, boom, and then you extend it. You can extend maximum to 40 seconds. You can extend it with Holy Shock, as you can see. Holy Light now, it will extend again, and I believe it's 2 max. Yeah, boom. And then you can keep extending, and you know, you extend the hot basically, you know. You don't extend the healing buff increases 12%. So yeah, you kind of want to Tears on CD, especially when you need healing. You kind of want to do the opener, and the rotation is simple. Beacon on the guy, spam Holy Shock whenever you have Holy Power, you Eternal Flame or Word of Glory, and what you want to do on CD when you need healing, Barrier of Fate, Word of Glory, and then spam Holy Shocks. And then whenever you get a crit, Judgment the guy for a Greater Judgment. When you have a crit, so it's 150% preventing damage. And just cast Flash of Light. And then Holy Shock again, I didn't crit, Eternal Flame. Holy Shock again, didn't crit, Eternal Flame. Holy Shock again, I didn't crit. I crit now, Judgment, Flash of Light. Judgment, Flash of Light, Eternal Flame. This is how you do it. You rotate all the time, you know, between the 3 abilities, depending if you crit or not. The rotation is really simple. It's all about Word of Glory of Eternal Flame costs 3 Holy Power. So Beacon, you apply this, the Barrier of Fate, Word of Glory, cast Judgment, Word of Glory, Holy Shock, Eternal Flame, Holy Shock, you crit, Judgment, Flash of Light. Boom. You rotate like this depending if you crit or not. Let's say I never crit because I'm really unlucky. Holy Shock again. I don't crit again. Divine Toll. I don't crit again. Word of Glory. Word of Glory. I get a proc. Holy Shock. I crit, Judgment, consume 1, Flash of Light. If I don't have Holy Shocks. Boom. And that's basically it. Obviously with wins, you have more healing. And yeah. I believe with the rotation is basically that. There's nothing to do about. When you should probably press Barrier of Fate. Every time you need healing, you press it. Oh, my guys are taking damage. You do. Obviously, don't press Barrier of Fate when the guy is like 2% HP. You try to press it when he's taking big damage, you know? And that's it. And then you do the rotation we just talked about right now. Serial management on Holy Pala. This is the most important thing about Paladin. Probably the class that relies more on cooldowns than any other with this priest as well. But Holy Pala gets Omega punish if you don't rotate properly, okay? So what you need to do on Holy Paladin is just make sure that the most important thing is not overlapping cooldown. So on Paladin you want to play comps because you don't have the best HPS in the game. So you want to play comps that you can rotate cooldown. So for example, Holy Pala fits really well with Shadow Priest, for example, because dispersion is 1.5, so you can rotate dispersion, sack, dispersion, sack, dispersion, bob, swap, bob again, dispersion, bob, or lay of hands, or sack. You know, you can rotate good. So Paladin fits a lot with classes that rotate. You can rotate cooldowns with. What to rotate better? What cooldowns to press first? That depends a lot on the matchup, but for example, let's talk about shuffle because it's the thing you guys care more about, and everyone does too. Paladin will struggle, especially now because he doesn't have as much HPS as other healers, into classes where you cannot get value from Bob. What does that mean? You face a Feral, you face an Asarok, you face a Warrior or a Windwalker, and you can Bob the bleeds, you can Bob the stuns, you can bob all the offensive cooldowns and nobody can get the bob off. That's when Paladin is really strong, you know? So for example, you face an Asarok and you bob the Vendetta, the Rogue is like, okay, dude, I'm out. I cannot win. Or like, you know, stuff like this. So the best thing I can tell you is like, you know, meanwhile you have healing, it's better to not press bob and save it for dampening in shuffle. But whenever you don't have anything and you don't have healing, then you need to just press bob. Best thing to do is having into this melee stuff, into these melee lobbies, melee classes, is saving bob for high dampening, because in dampening, in immunities, get more value than healing in the modifiers like winds, like lay of hands, because they don't heal anything, because there is a mortal strike, there is dampening, okay? So, but bob, you know, is an immunity to physical attacks, same with bubble, so they get the full value no matter what the dampening is. This is where you need to like think good and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna get full value no matter what because they cannot purge it. So I'm gonna try to use my healing modifiers, like winds, lay of hands, you know, all my healing sack, tears, aura mastery, everything, just to save my bobs in the beginning, and then in high dampening I press my immunities and people cannot do anything about it. You know what I mean? That's basically what the best way of rotating. How do you rotate? That depends on the situation. Okay, you kinda never wanna like use your trinket and then bubble on the first 30 seconds of the game. If that happens, which happens to a lot of bad paladins, it can happen to anyone, a random game. Then the game is most likely lost. It's hard to recover. If they get all your cooldowns in the beginning, it's just over. So throwing an early trinket on Paladin is not that bad because now it's in whole Dragonflight. I mean, last seasons of Dragonflight, they put the trinkets for healers 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's not that bad to like trinket first, trinket wins, press sack, aura mastery, and even lay of hands your teammate if needed. Is completely fine. Because as I said, lay of hands, if there is 70% dampening in shuffle, it's not gonna get any value. It's not gonna heal anything. But Bob is gonna get full value. Bubble is gonna get full value unless they purge it, obviously. So that's how you rotate cooldowns. With sack, the same. You can use sack to reduce the damage. Now it's not 1 minute cooldown anymore. It's 1 and 45. Or you can just do it to about CC. You sack a seep, you sack a trap, whatever, you know. And if they got you, the same. Use many people don't think about this, but pressing freedom and horse is now that horse is off GCD, is probably the best cooldown you have. You can get away and you can save your bubble with it. You have your divine protection too, which you take 20% less damage for 8 seconds, and it's 42-second cooldown, which is nothing. It's super good cooldown to press too. And also another cooldown we don't talk about much, especially on yourself. It used to be stronger, but now it's not as strong. Is Saved by the Light. So once a minute, everyone that has a beacon, okay, and its damage below 50% HP will get an absorb for 500k outside of arena. In arena, it will be long. It will be bigger. So you have beacon on yourself and you get stunned and you drop below 50% HP, you will get a shield. So that's another city you can count on. You can track and you can overlap with the divine protection to hold your immunities, you know? Like this is damage reductions that are gonna matter to save your big cooldowns, which is Bob, Bubble, for dampening, you know? And that's it. This is all about rotating good, thinking good about, okay, I can trinket this go and get away with trinket win sec. The next go, my teammate will press a city. Hopefully he does. Maybe it's just bad and doesn't press anything. And the go after, I can use Bubble and lay of hands him. And the next go, I will have trinket back. And then I can trinket pop or something, you know? That's you need to like think how to do it. You need to understand how the enemy team, because into casters, there is nothing to think about. You get CC, if your team is about to die, trinket the lay of hands or Bubble lay of hands. The next one you sack, the next one you trinket, because you cannot get value of pop. But from me into melees, you need to be good about it, and you need to use your bob properly, you know? Okay? I don't know how to explain it better. It's just city management is all about getting the most value out of your cooldowns. Bob, for example, I can put you an example. You face a warrior. Warriors do the most damage, especially arms, when they pop War Breaker, aka Colossus Mass, and they pop the Thunderous Roar, even though it's great nerf from Wednesday. So that's what you wanna try to bob, for example. You wanna bob that in dampening, and the warrior will be like, okay, I lost. I can't do anything. He bob all my cities, boom. You know? Same with Feral. Bob Feral Frenzy with Incarn, boom. I bob all the Blitz in 60% dampening, it's over. I can't do anything. I lost all my pressure. Same with the Azarok, boom. I bob all the Bandera, all the big bleeds from Subterfuge after a banish or a melt in high dampening, boom. I have no pressure now, you know? If you only give him one target condition, one kill condition, which is one target only, boom, you bob that, GG. But then you need to save, you need to survive till that moment. That's what matters, you know, in Shuffle. In 3 is the same, but sometimes you gotta trade differently than Shuffle, you know? Most important macros on Holy Pala. What I like about Holy Pala in terms of macros, I don't use anything specific. Arena 1, 2, 3 holds, focus holds. The taunt macro that I use for Monk, I need to find it quick. This one is the same that we use on Monk. You basically press the macro, and what it will do is just it will just taunt the enemy main pet. Okay? If they have a pet. So for example, let's say a hunter is trapping you out of nowhere with no stun. You press the macro before the trap lands, and it will taunt his pet to you to break the trap. And it will break the trap. Unless the hunter has pet attack on every ability, so the pet won't listen to you. Same with the block, same with mage, same with all DK, same with all the pet classes. So this macro is really nice. Copy it one by one, and that's it. More macros. Nothing else, to be honest. The only macros I recommend you to get this is these two. Okay, you guys see I have a cast. So I have two freedom macros. One for a guy that I'm turreting, which I'm turreting myself right now. Hard to do here. And one, same with Bob, for myself. I can put player or my name, Ultra Bull, okay? What does this do? I'm gonna show you why I do this, okay? Basically, what I do, let me see if I can find a teammate here. They're alliance, they're all alliance, nothing I can do. Now here, for example, this mage, okay? I'm healing this mage right now, okay? Healing this mage, okay? And now I have to freedom myself because I got rooted. So to don't waste my energy, target myself and press freedom, I have a macro that I literally freedom myself with a shopping target, so I don't lose that much. You can, depending on your haste, you won't lose much haste depending on your globals, but you can save some energy and you can save some time, you know. But for example, with the bob macro for myself is the one that is a must, I think, on paladin. What it does is basically, for example, let's say I get stun from a rogue or a stun from a hunter. The most important one, the hunter one, for example. and you get pet stuff from a hunter, you know you can bob, right? And you don't have trinkets, so you wanna like bob yourself and sack the trap, because you have, if you don't do that, you lose on that trap because you don't have bubble and you don't have trinket and your team have nothing. Like this means a snow block, he has nothing, he's gonna die. I only have a bob, but I cannot bob him. I can only bob my own pet son. So let's say I want to avoid that, or if I bob him, he's gonna get portioned, blah blah blah, all you want. So what I want to do is like remove the pet son or myself and press sack to save him. So what I do is with this macro, I bob myself and press sack. I cannot press sack because we're not on party right now, but that's how we will do. Instead of doing targeting myself, pressing bob, going back and pressing sack, which will be almost impossible to do it fast, this way I will bob myself, sack, and that's it. Without having to target myself, you know? That's the point of that macro. To save time and actually do it fast. It's all about being fast, you know? Also, I have another macro which is called Cancel Aura, Blessing of Protection. For example, for that moment, let's say I'm facing a mage. Why I do this? I'm facing a mage, okay? And I bob myself, you know, because I get stunned by a warrior, or I bob the fear of myself from the warrior. They say the warrior is playing, I mean, the mage is playing water mage. So the guy fears me, and I want to get out of the fear, so I bob myself because I have nothing else, and I want to avoid getting sheep. So I bob the fear myself into sack. But the mage can push and steals the bob, and be immune to death because I'm playing with a hunter and a feral, let's say. And he can remove every bleed from the feral and be immune to death. Because we're going on the mage. Then, so he doesn't push my bob, I have a macro to cancel out of the bob. That's it. And for macros, that's basically it, guys. There is nothing else, nothing special. I don't have blessing macros. Like, I just target the guy that I want the blessing to put the blessing on, and that's it. Best comes from Holy Paladin. Right now, Holy Paladin is not a good spot. What comps I will play with Holy Paladin? Offensive comps. I will not try to play comps that go to dampening that are really slow. So I will probably play, right now I will probably play like SP Feral. I will probably try to play SP Asha Rogue. Maybe Rogue Mage even. Maybe Shadow play, SP Lock. With any lock spec, probably Affliction or Destro. Just to do CC goes with Stun, Fear, Repentance, you know. Like SP Holy Pala fits really good together, always. So Freedom, Bobs, you can rotate really good, and you have a lot of CC together with Repentance. And yeah, that's the best combo. I will probably play Shadow Play. Shadow Play could be really good for Paladin right now. Like Destro is getting buff, SP is good. Or you can play Affliction too, you know? And also you have the reduction aura for kicks, 30% less kick. Shorter kick in arena, so that's kind of insane. Also you have aura mastery, so they cannot get kick while you press it, you know? So that's really good too. Oops. And that will be the best for the comps. Weakness and strength. Weakness of Holy Paladin. It's a healer that is really easy to CC. So every time you face a mage, unless you have 2 melees or someone stopping the mage, for you it's almost impossible to like line CC. The mage is blink on your face, cast a C, boom. Unless you have a HOTS, or unless you're not on top of him to kick him, you can't do anything about it. Outside of pressing sack every 2 minutes. So CC is really hard for Holy Pala. And the problem of Holy Pala will be like the weakness. It will be a long games. Long games. I think Pala mana is not the greatest as well. So Pala will struggle with mana. And another weakness of Paladin is just casters. I don't think Paladin is that good into casters right now because you cannot get value from Bobs. So yeah, that's basically it. Strength of Holy Paladin. Facing melee comps, especially in Shuffle, that cannot purge Bob. The more value you get of Bob, that will be the strength of Paladin basically. Or like all incomes. Like into all incomes, Holy Pala will be really good because you can Bob. Like let's say there was triple DPS on Ritual right now, Holy Pala will be king. Like super fast games, super fast paced games that are 1 minute games no matter what, which is really rare on Retail to happen. That will be like Holy Pala like strength. Because outside of that, you get out healed by almost every healer. You have less CDs than a Dish Priest. You have no damage almost, which is a weakness too, to be honest. And that's it. Tips. Tips of Holy Paladin. Beacons usage in opener. Beacons, you kind of want to have the beacon It just depends on your face, but you kind of want to have the beacon. One beacon, especially, I don't think it matters. It's the same thing for everything. But I kind of like to have the main one, like this one. I call it the main one, even though it doesn't matter. Beacon of light. On the guy that is going to get targeted no matter what. That you know they're going to go on him. And then the other one, you choose. You choose depending on the class. So, for example, let's say I play S-play. And I'm facing rogue mates. I kind of want to have beacon on the lock. Okay, I mean, it depends. Because they both can trinket power or get away. But normally, you kind of want to have beacon on them both if you face that comp. But sometimes you need to make sure some goes, you just like, you want to put it on yourself just for the shield. Because the shield is big. Like, it's just the opener, right? The opener of the comp. Let's say you face jungle. Jungle rarely will train you. You play S-play. They will probably go on your SP and your lock. So you put them on both of them. But if you think they can go on you, a big go on opener, then you put one beacon on yourself and the other one on the other kill target. It's just hard to know, but then you just need to understand that Saved by the Light can, as it says, you can actually hold 20 billion series with this. Like, it's really good. Because this, every time you drop, when the beacon target drops below 50% HP, it will proc a big shield. So this could save you, you know? So you need to judge who are they going on. You need to have a bit of knowledge on who... Okay, what does this comp prefer to hit? The healer, the DPS, or the other DPS? You know, the SP, the lock, or the Holy Pala? Searing Glare. Talking about Searing Glare. Searing Glare is a tip that I can give you with Searing Glare. This is really good when to bait kicks. So, because as I said earlier on the embellishments and the gems, we want to play precognition, aka when someone misses a kick on you, you will get immune to kicks and CC. This is where people want to kick this no matter what, because if they get Searing Glare, they get blinded, they cannot do any damage or anything outside of like melee kicks. So they will be useless unless someone dispels it. So you can bait a lot of kicks with this and get precognition and buy time because you're immune to everything, right? So sometimes in shuffle, it's super fast, super hectic. People are gonna try to kick this, so you can use fake cast and get precognition, you know? Same with repentance, to be honest. And be immune. Judgment of the Pure versus Boomy, we said earlier, but I want to repeat it again. PvP talent. Let's say you get root beam, and a solid pala you cannot get out because you cannot play Gnome unless you pre-freedom yourself. But if you play this talent into the Boomkin, you judgment the Boomkin while you're in a root beam, and you only have root and beam. You judgment the Boomy, it will remove your root, even if you're in silence, because you can judgment in silence. That will be the tip. I think it's kind of insane mechanic. So if the Boom is good, he will try to like Moonfire and Zoomfire you before, and then root beam, you know? And the last tip, this extend, what I recommend, obviously, especially in shuffle, the shuffle starts, the gates open, I go in, or the mount, obviously, then I press stairs, and then I do one Holy Light to extend it quick, and then I go in teamfight. That's it. That's what I recommend you. And then try to extend it, obviously, before expire, as you can see, with the procs Holy Lights, and then while healing with Holy Socks, you know? So yeah, whenever the game starts, try to extend Holy Light with tears, and that's basically it. The other way around. Try to extend tears with Holy Light, one Holy Light in the beginning, and that's it. And that will be it, guys. I haven't played much Paladin, so I could make the guide better, 100%. But I'm focusing on tournaments. I'm focusing on the OP healers right now. So, yeah. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Probably did. Sorry in advance. And yeah, that's all with the guides. So, sorry, guys, but I'm not going to make Holy Priest guide. I haven't played any Holy Priest on the beta, so I think making a guide will be a bit fake. I played Paladin, a lot of Paladin, but obviously, you know, I haven't focused on Paladin for the last month. So probably missed something, or probably didn't explain it properly. Sorry for that one. And whatever questions you have, ask me on the comments. I prefer you guys to ask me on Discord or my Twitch chat every time on my stream. You have it on the description of the videos. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. And have a good one. Peace.